What's up, guys? I'm Chachi from Pop Evil, and you're watching Midwest Music Scene.
Hey guys, this is David with the Midwest Music Scene. We're here with Chachi at Pop Evil. What's going on, man?
Just enjoying the day, man. It's festival season. It's warm. We're in the Midwest. No complaints.
Yeah, it's not bad out here right now. I think it's about to rain, actually, which is going to suck.
It's a little muggy, but hopefully the rain will maybe cool it off. We've had some pretty good mud parties, man, so I'm not – rock and roll fans don't care about rain. I'm not worried about it.
Was it raining when you guys played at Rock on the Range last weekend?
No, it rained during the day, cleared up, like seriously 4 hour set it seemed like, and then got bad again. But nothing I don't think will compare to last year's Carolina Rebellion.
Really?
I mean, it was like monsoon, water standing on the stage, and a lot of bands canceled. And we were just like, dude, there's thousands of people here that are like hungry for a show. So many other bands are canceling, and it was one of the most memorable shows we've ever played, for sure. It was cool.
Wow, that's crazy. That's awesome, though.
That's great.
So tell me, Rock on the Range last weekend, you guys had DMC come up on stage with you, and you just released a remix of Trenches with him on it.
Yeah.
How did that come about, dude? That's crazy.
Yeah, it was really a huge thing, and we have a pretty diverse listening background. A lot of us, Lee especially, a lot of hip hop, and I was doing a lot of hip hop alternative, and so we played. I think it was Throttle Fest last year, and we went on and played before Jackal. And as we came off stage, Daryl from DMC was there, and I'm like, dude, what is Daryl doing like at Throttle Fest with Jesse James? And he's like, you guys were awesome. I love Song Trenches. I already got a verse written in my head. I always want to spit on it. And we're like, okay, but this happens a lot in the music business. Not that, but stuff hearsay. Yeah. So we got back on the road, and we kind of like contacted management. They contacted his management. We're like, hey, if he's serious, we're serious. We would love to kind of bridge the gap and do a little mixed genre stuff. And sure as could be that Daryl was honest and he really wanted to do it. He cut the track. We shot the video for it. The ACC picked it up, and it was really the beginning of a very great relationship that we had now developed with him. And we were honored to have him out at his first Rock on the Range, and it was pretty awesome, man. It was very cool.
Yeah, that's killer, dude. So, I mean, did you guys ever know him before? Or did you just see him and he was just like, hey?
Oh, yeah, he watched us perform, and I don't think had ever heard of the band. He just watched us live and was like, dude, I love you guys. I love this. Like he specifically knew Trenches and was like, I really want to do a verse on it. And we're like, you can do whatever you want, man. You're like, I mean, he's music royalty. Like,
yeah, exactly.
So that was a pretty cool experience.
I can imagine. So tell me about the new single, Torn to Pieces. I think it's almost at #1 on Active Rock right now. It's getting close.
Yeah, it'll be the official announcement will come out tomorrow when the weekend closes. But we look very good right now.
Maybe #1.
So, we're very excited, man. Yeah, Torn to Pieces is. I think it's a song that and right away in the demo phase when Lee sent it to me, I was like, dude, this is. Huge. Yeah, it's just one of those songs that it has everything that you need. Formula-wise for a hit song. The hook is there, the melody's great, the music was cool but not cheesy, and some of our other ballads we kind of cheesed out a little bit. I'll be the first to say that, there's a lot of acoustic guitar, and we really balladed it like all the way, and I was like, I think this is a cooler song. It's got more of an STP vibe that you can kind of, a mood, and then on top of all that, I think what makes the song really a success or not, even with the hook, is just when you can tell that it really is an honest story.
It's touching people.
Yeah, and it wasn't like a made-up hypothetical. Like Lee lost his father during the touring cycle of War of Angels, and that's a really hard thing to do. Like there's no words. Shortly after I lost my grandmother, we had Matt lost a really close friend. It was all like within a year. So the song had already been demoed from Lee and his father's, and then as it came to us, it helped us. It soothed us, and it's a constant reminder of people aren't around forever, and I think you have to really cherish your time together. And that's the cool thing about music. It's such a coping mechanism, And Torn to Pieces is definitely one of those just 100% true from the bottom of our heart songs that I hope helps people every day.
I'm sure it does, man. And I think the people that might have doubted that it was a true story, after seeing the video, that's when it would really help.
Yeah, and that's hard. I have both my parents. I'm very lucky, and so to be there, and all he has now, we're his only family. You look at that like that. Obviously, your mom and stuff, but we're on the road 300 days a year, so we cope with things differently than most people. We can't always be with family. We can't always make, every wedding, every reception, every funeral, every, it's hard. And so it's important to be there for each other and to become as close-knit as a family as you can be on the road.
Yeah, dude, and that's got to be tough, too. So you just did the song with Daryl. So tell me about another dream collaboration that you wish happens one day.
Oh, man, for me, it's Dave Grohl. I don't even think about that.
Everybody says
I've always been, and if it wasn't him, more even than I do love the Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
I was always a huge Dave fan on drums, and I love Taylor Hawkins, but I'm a big Queens of the Stone Age fan. So Josh Homme would be another big collaboration I would love. But the first records, two records, not their first, but when Dave drummed with Queens of the Stone Age, just killer music, man. I mean, everything old Queens of the Stone Age to new is great, from Rated R, Lullabies, Songs to the Deaf, and Grohl's drumming on the two albums he did is unreal. So just those two are huge musical inspirations. I think a lot of us would probably be cool with Trent Reznor.
Yeah.
We have a big alternative dark side to us too that I think is starting to get exposed. Onyx was kind of that first leaking point. So I think those three are probably a good representation of the band's desires. But I listen to everything, man. My playlist is pretty embarrassing and educational, I think, for most people. I mean, everything from Lana Del Rey and Michael Bublé on a daily basis to...
Michael Bublé's such a good
dude,
singer.
if you're a good artist...
It's ridiculous.
I have a huge problem with people that paint lines in genres. Like, they're like, I don't like country, or I don't like metal, or I don't like rap. Like, how can you just have no respect for an entire genre?
Exactly.
If somebody's good at what they do, it's like saying, I don't like paint. I only like when people, artistically color in crayons. What? I mean, if anybody lays it down and it's artistic, you have to respect that.
Yeah.
Of any genre.
Of course, man. I have to say, I used to be one of those people, dude, and I started listening to a lot of country. I love Eric Church, Brantley Gilbert, stuff like that, and I love Macklemore, and MGK. I got into a lot of different stuff. I mean, just here within the past couple of years.
Yeah, it's great, and it's a great time. I feel like almost all genres are embracing each other. You see alternative and country and hip hop all in top 40, but rock still is kind of like, I think we're segregating ourselves. We're like, well, we don't like this. We want to be a rock, but don't stop painting a line. You're only hurting ourselves.
Exactly.
I would love to get play on alternative stations, top 40 stations. Like, I don't hate bands that are top 40. Why would you want to not be top 40?
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah, I don't want people to hear my music. That's dumb.
Yeah.
I know that Patrick Carney
sell out.
Yeah, Patrick Carney talked about that with Black Keys, and I've always loved their music. He's like, I don't want to be a top 40 band. Why would you make music if you don't want people to hear it? Then stay in your basement. I don't believe you. If you made a record, you wanted people to hear it.
Yeah, especially everybody.
Exactly.
Because when you're on the top 40, that's when everyone hears your stuff.
Exactly.
So
you can stay true to you and just be embraced by what you do. I'm not telling them to sell out, but...
It just doesn't make sense, because I don't think you can really sell out. I don't
No,
think that there's
man.
such a
If
thing.
you totally change your sound and you just abandon your artistic ability, okay. But I don't think that happens. I really don't think it happens that often.
No, I can't think of anyone off the top
The
of my
people
head.
that don't, that make the cheesy, quick, turnover rate pop songs, I think always did that. They didn't abandon their true artistic ability. And you look at people like Jack White. He's had huge commercial success, and he hasn't changed his music. Mm-hmm. He is in 14 bands, but none of them are they're all still amazing musical, musicianship, respectable bands. So.
And I don't know if you've heard of Parmalee.
Yeah.
They were a big rock band. Well, not a big rock band. They were a well-known rock band, and now they're in the country.
In the country scene.
And
that's great for them.
It hasn't really changed too much.
Nope.
I mean, it's just...
I'm good friends with Rich Redmond, who is the drummer of Jason Aldean, and he turned me on to Parmalee before I ever heard Carolina.
Uh-huh.
And I bought the record, love it, and Rich is one of those guys that he's a rocker that just ended up in the country. Like Keith Urban. People don't even know that. That dude's a monster shredder on guitar.
Church.
Freaks,
I love his
dude.
music.
Dudes can play and rock out, man.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And there's definitely rock bands that have a country twang. Guys like Blackstone Cherry, here, Stained.
Exactly.
So,
yeah, Aaron Lewis.
Absolutely.
He didn't sell out.
Music is music,
Good at
man.
everything,
Just
yeah.
I think there should be love for music.
Exactly. So we need to hear like a country rap song on your next album.
We need some crazy stuff. We've been talking about the next record, and we are going to try some new stuff. I would tell you what, but I don't even know if I know yet.
Yeah.
But we definitely are looking to break some barriers down and continue to surprise people. We really don't want to get comfortable. We're not looking to make another Onyx. We're looking to make a new record and better ourselves every day.
Which is great. Because some bands you do see put out the same thing consistently.
Very safe, man.
And it is safe. But like if you see a band like Avenged Sevenfold, I mean, it's always different.
You got to challenge
and
yourself.
It's great. Yeah, because you're going to get bored. You're going to get sick of it.
The listeners will
Everything's
get
gonna
bored.
Stale. Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. So tell me, if you weren't in the band, what would you be doing?
Oh, man. Right now in my life, if I left this band or for some reason I wasn't in Pop Evil, I would probably own my own CrossFit gym, honestly. I'm
Really?
pretty CrossFit obsessed.
Yeah.
I enjoy that. Or I would be that or pursue teaching in the music industry.
Really?
I went to college for music industry management. I really enjoy the business and education side. I wouldn't teach performance, but I love being around people where I feel like in a teaching scenario, you can also learn so much from students and be relevant and helping them and help teach kids that today is so much different than like the 80s. Now, you can't just slam an 8-ball and drop out of high school and play guitar and make it. Like, it doesn't happen that way anymore.
Not near as often as it used to happen.
Yeah, you'll really get taken advantage of. You'll wind up in a world of debt, you really need to be educated and prepared these days, or it's money out of your pocket.
Yeah, it's more of a business-oriented thing.
It is.
Back in the 80s, you could have one huge hit song, and that's all you need.
You could live on it.
You could live, for years.
Yep.
I mean that was great for back then, but now it's completely different.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's a here and now, everyday thing.
Which is great.
Yeah.
So I think that's really all that we have for you, man. What do you want to tell your fans, dude?
Just thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. The success of Onyx, Torn to Pieces. It couldn't mean more to us. I know Lee's not here right now, but I'm speaking on his behalf. He's so thankful for this song and the success. We all are. Thank you guys. Please stay in touch with us. Facebook, Twitter, Pop Evil. Get a hold of us. We love you guys. Thanks.
Sweet.